My First Love, Part 3. After that poetry event, I could no longer stay calm around Aisha. Something had changed between us, maybe not outside, but inside me everything felt different. Her words kept echoing in my mind again and again. Sometimes, people don't say what they feel, but their eyes say everything. Was she talking about me? Or was I just overthinking? I wanted to ask her directly, but my courage always disappeared the moment I saw her smile. I was trapped between my heart and my fear. Days passed, and I noticed that Aisha had become slightly more thoughtful around me. She still talked normally, still smiled, but sometimes there was a quiet seriousness in her eyes. And then one evening, something happened that I didn't expect. She asked me to meet her after college near the garden. My heart became nervous instantly. I kept wondering, why did she call me alone? That evening, the sky was cloudy. The wind was calm, and the college garden was almost empty. I reached there a little early and waited. After a few minutes, she came. She looked different that day. Not sad, not happy, just serious. We greeted each other, but there was an unusual silence between us. Finally, she spoke. I need to tell you something important. My heart started beating faster. I nodded slowly. Go ahead. She took a deep breath. I think I should be honest with you. For a moment, I felt like time stopped. Then she continued. There is someone in my life, from my family's side. My parents know him. They have started talking about our future. Her words hit me like a shock. I felt like the ground beneath me had disappeared. But I stayed silent. She looked at me carefully, as if trying to read my reaction. I didn't want to hide this from you, she said softly. Because you are my closest friend. Friend, that word again. It hurt differently this time. I forced myself to speak. Oh, I see. My voice was calm, but inside I was breaking. She looked down for a moment. I hope you understand. I nodded again. Yes, I understand. But the truth was, I didn't understand anything. That night, I went home and couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. My mind kept replaying her words. Someone else in her life. Family arranged future. And me, what was I? Just a friend. I felt something breaking inside me, something I had never felt before. But I didn't blame her. I knew she hadn't done anything wrong. Life had just moved in a direction I was not part of. The next few days were the hardest of my life. I tried to behave normally around her, but everything felt forced. She noticed the change. One afternoon, she asked me, "Are you okay? You seem different these days." I smiled and said, "I'm fine." But she didn't seem convinced. She kept looking at me quietly. Then she said something unexpected. "You can tell me anything, you know that, right?" That moment felt like an opportunity, but fear stopped me again. I wanted to tell her everything. How I felt from the beginning. How much I loved her. How I couldn't imagine my days without her. But I stayed silent, because I was afraid of losing even the little place I had in her life. So I said nothing. Days turned into weeks. And slowly, something started changing. Her engagement discussions at home became more serious. She became busier, less available. Our conversations became shorter. And I began to realize something painful. She was slowly moving away from me. One evening, I saw her sitting alone in the library. She looked tired and lost in thoughts. I went and sat beside her. For a few seconds, neither of us spoke. Then she said quietly, "Life changes so fast, doesn't it?" I looked at her and replied, "Yes, it does." She sighed. I never thought things would become like this. I wanted to ask her what she really meant, but I didn't. Instead, I just stayed there with her in silence. That silence was heavier than words. Before leaving, she said softly, "Thank you for always being there for me." I nodded, but this time, I couldn't smile properly. Because I knew something was coming to an end. And I was not ready for it. That night, I finally realized the truth I had been avoiding for so long. Sometimes, love is not about getting someone. Sometimes, it is about watching them leave, while still caring for them the same way. And that was exactly what was happening to me.